takes me ages to learn pieces. How can I learn pieces faster?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because in this video I'm going to share a little trick with you that can really speed up your learning process. And by the way, this trick can also improve your sight reading. Hi guys, this is Fonsny from Piano Sight Reading, where I give sight reading tips to pianists. And in this video I'm sharing my #1 tip when it comes to learning pieces faster. So what is this trick I'm referring to? Well, it's simply to learn pieces hands together right from the start. So often what will happen is that you'll practice one hand at a time for a number of weeks before you put it all together and play hands together. So what I'm proposing instead is that right from the start you try to play the piece hands together.
But that's impossible.
It's too hard.
Hear me out. It's not impossible if you take it a lot slower. So you don't need to, play it up to speed immediately. Take it half the tempo. It doesn't matter how slow you take it. But what will really help you learn pieces faster is to play hands together at the start. And what I would suggest you do is do this a few times. Just play through the piece a few times hands together. And this will help you with a number of things. It will help you get a feel for the piece, how it sounds. It will also help you see how the hands fit together. So you'll see rhythmically how they tie in together. So this will help you, coordinate the hands. And this will also help you figure out the best fingering, because sometimes there are pieces where the hands are quite close together and you don't realize that if you're learning hands separately. So it's good to know these things in advance before you work out fingering. And of course the benefit of doing hands together right from the start is that you actually get more sight reading practice. So essentially you're using sight reading to learn pieces faster. It's not something that you do separately on the side. You actually use sight reading to help you with other parts of your piano practice. Once you've played through the piece several times hands together, you can then take it apart and do the passages that are harder. You can do those hands separately if needed. It may be that you can work on these passages slowly hands together. You don't necessarily need to do hands separately. But it's good to do hands separately if you're trying to work out a fingering, or if you're trying to work on voicing. So voicing is when you want to bring out certain notes, when you have several notes to play, but you want to bring out certain notes, not all of them. That's when you would want to practice hands separately. But not every single bar in your piece will need you to practice hands separately. So there's really no need to spend time on each bar hands separately. Just pick the parts that are harder and work on those hands separately for the things that I discussed, for the fingering, for voicing, or if it feels really hard in the fingers, you might do one hand at a time, but the other parts, do them hands together. And I will guarantee you that you will learn your pieces so much faster because you've already done the hands together work a little bit. And the more you do this for your new pieces, the better you'll get at sight reading as well, because you're using new pieces as a way to practice sight reading. So I'd be very interested to know how you practice new pieces. Do you practice hands separately each time? Do you only do hands together? I would really like to know how you do it. So please leave a comment. And if you only ever do hands separate practice, I encourage you to try hands together next time you do a new piece. And I would love to hear how it goes for you. If you enjoyed this video, then please like it and share it with your fellow musicians. I will see you in the next video. Happy sight reading!